The topic for today's segment on the project is Polydrug news. Now, joining me in the studio is Marcus, who's going to be telling us more about polydrug use.
So polydrug use is when you mix two or more drugs together to get a different effect.
So, we have some understanding of what polydrug use is and how it affects someone. Today, giving us a deeper explanation on the topic, on to you is Kyle.
What is polydrug use? This may be a familiar term with a majority of our Australians. Polydrug use is a term in using two or more drugs in order to acquire a special or enhanced effect. Polydrug use carries potential risks, and great examples of this concept can include mixing alcohol with caffeine, or even through the usage of cocaine and ecstasy. Polydrug use enhances and can amplify effects from a drug in a dangerous manner. Effects that can occur varies for each drug, but can include psychosis, heart problems, brain damage, and even fatal overdose.
Polydrug use is when you use two or more drugs at the same time. This can have very fatal effects on the human body. There are different drug combinations: stimulant with stimulant, stimulant with depressant, or depressant with depressant. Either way, it's still going to have a really harmful effect on your body.
As you probably already know, I have covered that there was already 3 different types of drug combinations. So if you mix stimulants together, you're likely to experience psychosis, anxiety and panic attacks, and also heart problems, and these are all long-term effects. When you mix stimulants and depressants, you're going to be experiencing heart problems as well, and you'll also experience respiratory infections and bronchitis. You will also experience dehydration and overheating. Okay, when you combine depressants together, you'll be experiencing accidents and injuries for being out of it. You will also experience, if you have fatal overdoses, slow down in your breathing and your heart rate. And then with non-fatal overdoses, you will have permanent brain damage.
How does it affect our day-to-day lives?
It affects our day-to-day lives because it has different effects on our body. It can be both physical and mental effects, and they can change the way that we make decisions and things that we do.
What is the government doing about this issue?
There isn't much things that government are doing exactly about polydrug use, but they have lots of laws about drugs. Like many are illegal and cannot be bought. So, what's the impact on the individual and the community?
So the impact on the individual and community is like domestic violence, people are going poor, and like people are just like being peer pressured into doing this. What are some solutions?
So some solutions that you could do are calling helplines and talking to people about it, as they can help you and try and fix it. So what's your opinion on it?
My opinion is that it's like bad for you because people can go like in debt and become homeless. This can also lead to a lot of domestic violence in the like global community and in the community, and this can lead to things such as domestic violence as well. Thank you, Clark, and thank you, Kyle, for elaborating on what polydrug use is.
So from this, we've got an understanding about what polydrug use is, and it's when you mix drugs together to get a different effect, and what the effects are of it.